Welcome to the first video of my new video course for download that I'm starting to film today, which will be called Old School Didgeridoo. I'm sitting here now for a while, started to film some versions of this video, which will be also on YouTube, because I want to share my journey into this topic with everybody who cares to watch. And I already realized I'm making an old mistake again. I'm doing too much. Let's gather some friendly spirits. Jalus ceremonial clapsticks. I mean, why not? It's a gigantic undertaking. I'm not new to film video courses for download. I did several of them in the last years. The biggest and most successful one is called Traditional Didgeridoo. Currently more than 70 videos. It's an open system, so there will be more in time. Yeah, and that was and still is the only course about traditional playing, especially in that depth. This course I am about to film now, starting today, is no competition to traditional didgeridoo, the course. It will be very different. It also, it's gotta be. In the course Traditional Didgeridoo, I knew more or less what I was doing in terms of I just filmed what I do every day. Teaching traditional playing since 20 years. Studying it more or less every day. Feeling it, living it, breathing it. But it was a small fraction of traditional playing, and especially very different from old school playing. Why that is, you ask? Well, the media coverage of traditional playing was more or less focused on the Galpo clan, the Guru Vivis, and a bit a Magu playing of David Blanasi. You could, if you really dig deep, have some old school playing in form of old field recordings and CDs. Dig it up in the internet. But who does it? I did. If there would be no corona crisis like there is now, I would never have thought about the possibility that it's even possible to start this undertaking. A course about old school didgeridoo is so far off. Yeah, and I thought in the last weeks, every day about how to do it. And I realized you cannot plan this. You can have a vague idea how to proceed, but also starting today I realize you have to go with the flow. You have to live the moment. Just press on record and start to talk and start to play. The thing is, I know for a fact that was also one of the first videos in my course, Traditional Didgeridoo. A course like that, and the whole feel and the vibe of it, old school vibe, sounds, rhythms, you gotta feel them, except knowing the technical side of stuff and the musical side. But those sounds played by real old men who had the old knowledge, those sounds you cannot have, understand and feel if you are not living that. How were those old men living? Obviously much closer to nature and with nature than today. They had a firm belief, the things the Aborigines believe about the world and life, that there are spirits, that there is a dreaming for everyone, that there is a dream time. These are not questions. That is, or maybe was, the reality for the Aboriginal culture and the persons living in this culture. We Balanda, we white men, have normally not that belief. And if you are very modern and living in a big city and you don't find nature, you have no connection, and you question beliefs, religions. I understand that well. I am from Berlin, so I am used to, at least in my youth, to live in a big city with no nature. Definitely Berlin has no nature anymore. I mean, there was, when I was a child, still a bit of nature. I was there then in the years after, and it's all gone. Some minutes ago, on this tree, there were, how you can call them, two animals. They were chasing each other around the tree. I never saw something like that. Up and down, and they had big fun, and they were looking at me. Great moment. Old school sounds and rhythms are about animals, spirits, nature, all this. And if you don't feel that, or you don't have it, you feel not connected, it's really hard to play those sounds and rhythms, to live them, to fill them up with your belief and personality and the feel of it. That's why I'm sitting here, and I will sit every day, or at least every day I'm filming, again in nature, like in my course traditional Didgeridoo. Sometimes that sucks, you can believe that. I mean, maybe sometimes it's cold, or airplanes messing up the audio, or people coming by and shaking head. What you are doing? Are you? I don't care. And if it's raining or not, or wind or not, that's my bondage. I love that. And you should too. I mean, if you want to play old school didgeridoo, this is what I absolutely believe. This is what you should connect, maybe again, with, if you have lost it or never had it. Some of my students, they tell me I cannot play in nature. I have no way to do it. Well, I don't feel it in rooms. I have to teach in rooms in all my 2 professions. But to play real old school, or the didgeridoo in general, you gotta be here at least several times, as much as you can. You gotta find ways, friend. So I will take you on a journey, it's also my journey, to all of this, to find new ways of your playing, your understanding, sounds. So let's start this journey. I'm thrilled, and thank you for coming with me. There is something flying, looking fascinated, maybe listening. You gotta become aware of all this. See ya.